I chose to become a member of CEOs for Gender Equity because it's an opportunity for me, in my privileged position as the Chief Executive of Australian Super, to make a contribution in two respects. One is to the economic success of the country. If we make the economy, if we make businesses, if we make individual workplaces open to a broader pool of talent, be it based on gender, ethnicity or whatever, then that's going to be a more productive enterprise. Multiply that through the economy, we're going to have a bigger, more successful economy and the prosperity to be shared by all Australians. So that's a great aspiration and one that I'm delighted to play a very small role in. And secondly, both from a personal point of view and from Australian Super's broader point of view, to make a contribution to increasing the equity in society by enabling people who might have been marginalised out of the workforce or into less attractive occupations than they might otherwise have. Throughout the workforce, there's about a 15% gender pay gap. If you look at the average pay of men, the average pay of women, there's about a 15% pay gap. But in superannuation terms, it's much bigger. Men retire on average with about twice as much in super as women. Twice as much. That's because men are paid more than women and men have less periods out of the workforce. Probably one of the most recent changes to our people and culture policies is to expand the parental leave provisions such that they are now applied to people without a 12-month qualifying period, which was previously the case. There's no longer a 12-month qualifying period for subsequent periods of parental leave for primary carers, and full-time superannuation is paid to part-time employees whilst they're on parental leave and for the first 2 years when they return to work. So that's from an employer perspective, one example of looking to make things as family-friendly as possible, in particular for women. From an investor perspective, about 18 months ago we wrote to the 17 companies listed on the ASX 200 that had single gender boards, all male boards, and we said we'd be voting against directors when they came up for reappointment unless they changed the gender composition of the board. So happily, best part of 18 months down the track, all but 2 of those companies now have at least one woman and a number of them have multiple women on their board. So we're looking to use the economic power of the fund to make change in that area as well.